Having a flat stomach is not just an aesthetic issue, but a responsibility that we have toward the body. The proper functioning of internal organs really depends on the amount of visceral fat which is accumulated in the body throughout our lives. In this video, I will show you 6 exercises that you can easily do at home in order to have a flat stomach. If you haven't done yet, please subscribe to my channel. You will find many contents about mental, physical health, exercises and yoga classes. My name is Roberto, so are you ready? Let's start. First exercise, start standing and move your body sideways, stretching your oblique abs very well. Make a slow and steady movement. With this exercise, you will get more flexibility and strength. Perform a partial rotation of the neck, looking upwards. This is an easy exercise that we can do anywhere. Obviously, you have to pay close attention to the correct alignment of the body. In fact, legs and arms remain at the same line, without bringing the body forward or backward. Slowly, you can alternate the movement of the arms in order also to stretch the latissimus dorsi muscle. Even the vertebrae of the lumbar spine are enjoying this movement very much, creating more space between the vertebrae one and the other, thus making the spine acquire more flexibility. Bend your knees slightly to be more comfortable with the movement and not exceed the limit. In the world of yoga, the importance of a flexible and strong, slender, healthy belly is well known, being an area of the body in which many of the vital functions of the human being converge. The last variation is a little more advanced and concerns a more complete activation of the upper body, including the trapezius muscle and the deltoids. By putting your hands together above your head, you can see how the effort increases. You can also perform this exercise in isometry without, however, giving up breathing, which will be your faithful guide during training. Exercise number 2, we start in plank position, hands well open, active, resting on the ground in line with the shoulders. The neck remains active and follows the natural line of the spine. Inhale in the starting position and exhale by bringing the knees closer to the elbow. Contract your abs tightly without bending your back, which remains as straight as possible. The key role in this exercise is played by the deltoid and the serratus anterior. Personally, I recommend keeping your hands a few inches ahead of your shoulders, decreasing the angle of your wrists. In this way, you will involve many more muscle fibers. The legs work a lot, including the quadriceps and the hip flexors. A variation that will elevate your practice to a more advanced level consists in lengthening your legs well. The key is the control of the movement and the breathing, which remain constant. Activation is total. The whole body has great benefits with just a few minutes of this exercise. Hands, shoulders, legs and feet will thank you. Since this is a fairly intense exercise, to be better not to overdo the first few times, especially not to strain your wrists and shoulders too much. your ability to synchronize the movement is of great importance. For the third exercise, start lying down on your back and create an angle of 90 degrees with your legs. Slowly let your legs go down by controlling the movement. Keep the pelvic floor active and carefully perform the descent by contracting the abdominal muscle. The vertebral column remains while resting on the ground, and during the ascent phase, pay close attention not to lift the sacrum bone much from the mat. Concentrate on using your quadriceps and arms, not to try to touch the ground with your feet when you get off. A fun variation consists in raising the torso and even sitting down, then going backwards and lay down again. The abdominal muscles remain active throughout the running time. The whole organism moves, and the various parts of the body do not change their alignment very much. Keep your arms straight and try not to touch your toes in the downward phase. Carry out this movement at the speed you prefer, without exceeding the limit that doesn't allow you to remain in a comfortable position. Perform the exercise at a constant speed. To perform the fourth exercise, bend your knees and place the feet on the ground. The arms stretch well along the body. Place your upper back on the ground, tighten your buttocks very well. This represents the perfect counter movement to the previous exercise. The lumbar spine is very active in the ascent. This allows, together with a slight abdominal contraction, to stabilize the belly. The quadriceps remain active and the knees close together. Strong arms on the ground help you stay stable. This posture is essential if you want to increase mobility in a safe way. Inhale by lifting the pelvis and exhale, bringing back to the ground. If performed statically, it's called Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, a very relaxing position that everyone can do. Concentrate on feeling the flow of energy throughout the legs and leave your neck relaxed. Apply pressure on the ground with your shoulders and arms. Breathe slowly. Fifth exercise, external kumbhaka. Sit in a cross-legged position and begin to breathe slowly. If you can't sit comfortably on the ground, you can use a chair or any other type of support. Keep the pelvic floor active, breathe, and become aware of the oxygen that enters your body, and breathe out gently. Once the lungs are empty completely, lift the chest. Create space in the abdominal area, send the belly in and stay for a few seconds without breathing, after which slowly inhale and continue. The shoulder blades remain a little separated from each other. Create space in the upper back and place the hands well on the knees by pulling slightly towards you. The breathing technique has ancient origins. It's called Bhattiya Kumbhaka. The pressure applied to the internal abdominal wall is stretching the diaphragm upwards, allows us to keep the internal organs together. Though this exercise always on an empty stomach without ever exceeding the limit, Remember, this is not a competition, but a moment of contemplation of the body. The pelvic floor is always active. If you already know the technique of Bandha, you can apply Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Ijalanda Bandha. If these concepts are new to you, I strongly recommend you to do yoga with me. In my lessons, I often explain how to work with bandhas and their importance. Exercise number 6. Start from a lying position, keep your knees bent and perform twists with your spine. Strong arms on the ground with elbows at 90 degrees help you stabilize the posture. The neck turns in the opposite direction to the rest of the spine. Try to perform a complete twist. This is an exercise that will allow you to gain a lot of strength in a short time. After a while, you can also try to stretch the legs and widen the movement. The muscles of the upper back, including some of the rotator cuff, act synergistically, and the rest of the body, the deltoid muscles and the trapezius, are also activated in the descent phase. In such continuous flow, the legs are as if they were a pendulum. You can also perform this exercise in isometry by choosing the right angle that makes you comfortable without straining your back. As always, to be fast is not very important, but rather the control of the movement, which is slow and as wide as possible. Question of the day: how do you train your abs? Please leave your comment below and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.